Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Let's talk about books, Shody. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the weird things and the good things that we read. Let's talk about books.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to Adjacent Book Club. And we're going to be talking about some hot topics today and what we did over the weekend. Crazy time. Oh my gosh.
The great Barf-o-Rama.
The great Barf-o-Rama. Zilker had its 75th anniversary, and I saw so many great friends. I saw Jackie Crown, Steve Crale, the Ceases. I saw, Judy Thompson, of course, Emily Peters, and Rakuzen, super beautiful with her little family. Of course, the principals, Ramona, Randy, Aziz. I also saw who else? I don't know if you remember this name, but Ann Matthews, who was a kindergarten teacher forever ago. And so, and Miss Wrigley. I saw Miss Wrigley. It was so lovely. Oh, and Miss Sampson. It was just so cute. And Miss Hofer, and you name it. It was just, wow. Kathy Morgan was there. It was just such a great treat. And the PTA and Pitts and everybody did a beautiful job. It was just really special. And I was there for the 50th, the 60th, and now the 75th.
I can't quit you. I can't quit you.
But we had a blast. And then I just came home on Friday. I was like, I'm just going to go be home. John had gone to the ranch with Brad and Jack Dunn. And then...
Aw, Jack.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. And so then I just stayed at home and got caught up on the craziest show about this woman who she went crazy and she was murdering her kids. Anyway, but I can get into that later. I have to look up the name of it. And then I get a call that Shelly needed some assistance because Shelly came to a slumber party at my house. And when she got there, she wasn't feeling very well. Were you, Shelbell?
No, I was not. It was so scary.
Yeah.
I had a scary incident of I've been having issues where I took a bite of steak and I started choking.
Yeah.
And my body just kept throwing up.
Yeah.
And I threw up nonstop for 14 hours.
14 hours.
Jody had to clean it up, and
she has like what Sutton has. You have what Sutton has.
Yeah. And so if y'all have any tips on I know chewing and small bites, but any other tips, because my esophagus and throat are raw. It felt like I had the Mentos Coca-Cola
in your body
experiment happening in my body. It felt like there was foam. It was so weird.
She kept saying, I feel gurgly. Shelly, growing up, you had a lot of sore throats. You had strep regularly.
All the
probably
time.
have some scar tissue on your esophagus. And this has happened to her before when we went to Uchiko. she got something lodged in there. She kept having to throw up and throw up and throw up. But what was the cure? What was the cure? What helped you?
Not throwing up. Because your saliva helps it move. But I had no control over the throwing up.
Yeah.
I could not stop. I mean, the next day I was forcing myself to throw up.
Because you could feel something was there, but you couldn't get it out. I couldn't breathe if I drank anything or ate anything. But we also called to get her an IV, and the IV people came out, and it was amazing.
Oh my
Shelly
God.
immediately looked so much better because she'd been throwing up for like 14 hours nonstop. And so getting that, the lady gave her the IV that had the liquids in it, so her color came back. She gave her something to help minimize any swelling in her throat. I mean, it was amazing, and it's expensive, but it was that or the emergency room, and it would have been just as expensive.
Exactly. Exactly. And it was worth it. I'm so grateful that Jody took such good care of me. And
oh my gosh, I was so scared.
Yeah. And I'm glad that nobody in my family had to witness it. Sorry, Jody.
That's okay.
Or John. I was like, I'm glad the boys, that would have freaked culture out and stuff.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
No fun. If anybody has any tips, message us. I'm down for it. I would love to learn from that experience and never have it again. And yes, I will be going to see a gastro. I already had that scheduled. So,
yeah, but if you ever are looking for a IV person, go to Fluid Revival Mobile IV Therapy. They come straight to your house. They're very professional. The person that administered the IV is a nurse, and she was there for maybe 30 minutes. It was like lickety-split. And then Shelly was able to rally, and we were able to go celebrate Mark Pena's birthday over at La Mancha. And we had a huge crowd. It was
cool. Now we got to hang out with Lee.
Lee and Matt and Jared and Lauren and Casey, everybody. I mean, Cheryl was there, Kelly and Robert and Miho and
Kendra and
Jack were there.
Yeah.
Katie and PJ, and then one of the players walks in for UT baseball. Our big batter, what's his name? Blue. Yep, he walked in. His dad was there, so we were excited. We got Mark a pedicure because he has those pretty toes. And it's almost flip-flop season, so
that's right. And we went out to left field. I went out to left field on Friday, and it was a lot of fun. The weather was perfect. It was a little cold, but I prefer that.
Yeah.
Everybody was in great spirits, great turnout, and I didn't make it to the Saturday game because I was too busy throwing up. But then I made it to the Sunday game, and that was lovely. And I love Sunday baseball. It's so calm and relaxed. And then we made a pit stop at Matt's.
Oh my God.
And then I came home, and I have been watching the Kate Hudson Point Break. Is that what it's called? Breaking Point?
Breaking Point.
Yeah, that's a really cute series. I was explaining it to some friends. I was like, it reminds me a little bit of Succession, and
because the family element.
Yeah, right. The silliness of the running point with Kate Hudson, and she has 2 siblings and then some twists and turns, and now she's running. She has 3 siblings and then some twists and turns, and now she's running a basketball team, a pro basketball team. And so it reminded me of Succession and Arrested Development.
Oh, good. And
Yeah.
I will say I looked it up, some info, and it's loosely based off of the Lakers family, the people that own the Lakers. It's
Yeah.
loosely based. I think it's more just the family dynamic and how the family owns not all of the craziness that goes on behind the scenes.
Well, I thought it was really hilarious because they were like, Nepo babies, like you're
Epo, baby.
that they were like, I'm a Nepo baby. And I mean, they just own it. They're just like,
Yeah.
this is who we are.
Ah. I mean, why not? Why
Why
not?
not? And so anyway, I've really enjoyed that series. It's with ladies of left field and all the talk about sports. So it's been fun to see the other side. And I'm especially fond of Kate Hudson.
Yeah.
I like her podcast with her brother, and I've always loved Goldie Hawn.
Yes. And Kirk
so-
Russell.
Oh yeah, but mostly Goldie Hawn.
Yeah.
And I think she's so adorable. I mean, Jody, we grew up just
Loving on it.
everything. Every movie she was in, Foul Play, Private Benjamin. I mean,
Yeah.
she was a shining star. And back in the day, because we're a family of 7, we didn't go to the movies. So if we
would go to the dollar movie.
yeah, the sticky shoe.
The sticky shoe.
So when we ever had a VHS tape, you're gonna watch that every weekend. And so I think we had the VHS tape of Foul Play, and so we watched it all the time. And Chevy Chase and Goldie Hawn, just Fletch, all of those.
I love it. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, I love Goldie Hawn. She's so cute.
She's so cute.
She's such a cutie. But yeah, but Kate Hudson's a doll. So
yeah, very funny gal. So
yes,
a very exciting weekend.
I know. On my Friday night before you came over, I watched the Dateline with what's his name? Keith Morrison, who was interviewing Lori Vallow. Lori Vallow is another victim of someone who got involved in a cult leader situation, like Ruby Frankie. She ended up killing her brother, killed like 3 people, and then he died. And then she and her boyfriend or husband killed their 2 kids. Anyway, but she was so kooky on this interview. And so I took out my clicker to do a count because on TikTok it was showing her saying Keith all the time, like a montage of her saying Keith. She'd be like, and Keith, da 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 da, Keith, da da da. So I clicked it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be but it was 6 times that she said Keith. And it was like nuts. And I had my little clicker like I do when I do data, when I'm gathering data for a student. I have these little clickers like baseball coaches have them. And she said Keith 6 times from what I could record on my little baseball clicker.
Fun facts with Jody.
Yeah, I just was like, well, because have you ever had a conversation with someone where they overly say your name?
Yes.
And it's weird.
I mean, there is a science behind it.
Yeah.
But it is annoying. And everybody knows the science behind it. So when somebody does it, it's annoying. But you should have done that for a sociopath because it drove.
Oh my gosh, that drove me.
It was probably like 380.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I'll go back and do it.
Maybe AI can just scan it and tell you. So you don't have
How many times does she say sociopath?
Well, it's like doppelganger in that book. It was like doppelganger.
I know. Well, what movie? I mean, what books did you read this week?
Well, you've already discussed this, but I had the other woman, and I think it's kind of funny when you read a book and then I read a book, because it's so different for such a different perspective. It's The Other Woman by Sandie Jones, and Jody guessed the whole thing. I did not. I was like,
No, that one took me a while. I think I was about maybe 2/3 through when I kind of figured out what the mom's motivation was.
yeah, I did not until mom spelled it out, and I was like, and I have a issue with this across the board.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like so many stories, even like Twilight and Harry Potter, as if the two characters would have a conversation up front, there would be no need for this book.
Yeah.
So I get to the end of the book and I'm like, if y'all would have had a simple conversation on the front end, y'all could have avoided a lot of this. And it's like, I'm sorry, Jody, that drives me nuts. I'm
I
like,
know.
why didn't the mom just go to her?
Well, have you ever had a relationship with someone that you didn't feel like you could have an upfront conversation with, and then it just kind of, this thing you wanted to say, you just couldn't say it?
Well, but sure. I mean, all relationships, I think you start off that way. But if somebody's like putting themselves in danger, I'm going to be like, hey, run away.
Red flag.
This guy.
Don't give it away.
Dude. Yeah.
No, but it's a good book. I mean, Graham would say that her mother-in-law was a tough egg to crack. She was when Graham said that when after they'd been married for a little bit. Now remember, Papa had mono when they first got married, but his mom came to visit them, or they went to go visit her, whatever. Anyway, and she commented that Graham wasn't feeding him enough because he was so thin. And then she sent her a list and recipes of all his favorite foods.
Oh my gosh.
Those in-laws could be tricky. I feel like I'm pretty lucky because I had Papa and Graham, but I've heard of other people who cannot stand their mother-in-law or their in-laws of some sort. I'm like, that's tough, but that in-law thing can be really tricky. So I can understand that.
Navigate it straight up front is my hey, let's have a conversation and work through this. I mean, I can't. I don't have the bandwidth to play the game, and so I'm just like, hey, we need to have some real talks today.
Let's get this done.
This situation is causing me some anxiety, and I don't want to have anxiety. And so let's go ahead and nip this in the rumpage. And so I prefer to be a straight shooter.
Do it.
And so, hey, Jody.
But it's a good book.
Yeah,
I recommend it. I think it's really fun to read.
I think it's a fun read, and I didn't put it down. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then I'm reading Cleaning Up Your Mental Mess by Carolyn Leaf. And I love all those self-help books that
you do.
And my big takeaway is, and we're trying to utilize this around here, the neurocycle method. And it's my favorite topic, feelings. She has a 5-step strategy on dealing with your feelings, and I really like that. And so y'all can go Google that. Y'all don't need me to read them, but I really appreciated the neurocycle, and I've listened to a couple of her. She has a podcast, and I've listened to a couple of episodes and I felt them insightful. However, she has like 45 commercials in her podcast, so it's a tad annoying. But the big thing that I love the whole thing about ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. There's another side to it that I've never heard before until this book. It's called PCE, and it's positive childhood experiences. And so what she is explaining is that you can have all of the ACEs in your life and be fine if you have the PCEs.
Yeah.
The positive childhood experiences, because they offset each other. And so my takeaway is that if you have a trauma and you're having feelings about that trauma, after you experience those feelings, if you can make yourself have some positive feelings, like what you're grateful for after you've had those experiences, it will help, retrain your brain and to change that lens that I love to talk about so much, change that lens so that that negative experience doesn't have so much play, doesn't live rent free in your brain. And so we're doing some practicing with that around here, and just being very explicit. Like when something happens, it's like, hey, I'm bringing you this cup of coffee, and it's coming from a place of love, and remember that it's not something you need to feel guilty about. It's not something you need to have a trauma about. It's not a personal attack. It's just a cup of coffee from somebody that loves you, and just let it be that. And so
well, I think intrusive thoughts are very damaging, and they make your anxiety, just they can get out of control. And once you know it's an intrusive thought and it's not really grounded in reality, it's just something that flicks into your head, then you can use those calming strategies to help you get through those intrusive thoughts, because those things can be really just detrimental to your mental health if you're
my gosh, they're so bad for your whole, not just your mental health, your entire body.
Yes,
because you're in fight or flight then, depending on how intrusive that thinking is. And it's just, man, it's just the energy.
Yes.
And that goes back to the Byron Katie book. And are these facts? Is this real?
Right.
Are these intrusive thoughts? Is this a 5-year-old trauma that I'm still exasperating every chance I get, and so just changing that lens. And so I found the book very good. She has an accent, so it's kind of enjoyable to listen to her podcast if you can get past the 75 commercials. What did you read?
Well, one thing, going back to your cleaning up your mental illness, what we try to tell kids is like, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it necessary? Is it kind? And that could go for yourself too. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Because those intrusive thoughts, when we have our negative self-talk or our, or just the main thing is it true? Like when you have those things pop into your head, it's like, is this just my brain needing a break, because of all the overstimulation? So is it true? Is it helpful? Is it necessary? Is it kind? So I like
that is Byron Katie. That is Byron Katie. I mean, that was her whole book. It's like, is it true? And is it true right now? Is it true right this second?
Yeah.
What about it is true?
Yes.
really happening.
Is it happening?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I read a real crazy book called We Were Never Here by Andrea Bartz. And it's about these two girls that are besties. And they go backpacking across Europe. Oh, no, I think it's in Chile. And then they had already been backpacking before. And it is a murderous adventure that they go on. It is a definitely has a lot of twists, but I'm just going to say, like, sometimes your good friends are not really good friends to you. But it's very good. It's a thriller. It kept me up, like, reading it. I highly recommend it. I think it is a fun read, but it is nuts.
Okay. It sounds unnerving.
Yes.
So what part is fun?
Just that it had a lot of twists, and I didn't particularly like the ending. It was very much like a cliffhanger. I don't do well with cliffhangers. I like everything to be tidied up at the end. So the cliffhanger, it really made you think it could go in two different directions at the end. And so I like things to be tidied up at the end instead of a cliffhanger, but it's very good. The writing is very good. I liked that when you're imagining the main character, who's the narrator, you just imagine her being like just a normal girl that you would just hang out with and see, and then all these crazy things that she partakes in, and just some really dumb things that I'm like, how could you let this happen?
Wow.
It's not humorous. It's not a funny book. It's pretty thrilling. But I recommend it. So
anyway. I felt that way with Sandie's book, The Other Woman. I was like, after like date 2, I was like, run away.
Yeah.
What the heck? Why are you torturing yourself?
I'm the same thing. I was like, I could not be with that dude.
Yeah. What's the draw?
What's the draw? What is the draw? I get it. I'm like, if you have, I mean,
flag number 1, flag number 2, flag number 3, flag number
Then also, I can tell you, if my mother-in-law didn't like me, and if I was dating someone and they were obviously not liking me, that would be hard for me to move on. Because if you're getting married to someone, you kind of need to have that relationship with. You don't have to be their favorite person.
Yeah,
but
we don't need to be best friends.
No, but they at least need to be. You need to be respectful. They need to be respectful. If I didn't get along with my in-laws, that would be very hard. At least cordial enough. I just don't. Thank you. I just thought the way in that book, the way the brothers treated their mom was so crazy.
Oh my gosh, the whole thing. I was like, I mean, I feel like there needs to be a sequel, like a prequel. It's like, what happened before?
Yeah,
because both boys sounded like they were traumatized.
Yeah, well, they were big time. They saw a lot in their childhood. Big time. No, those are great books. Okay, so we have our 1972 coming up, and boy, Shelly is working behind the scenes to get you guys some more content. She has
content.
She has a meeting today with two amazing friends.
Three. The producers. Three. Veronica.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Melissa, Letty, and Veronica are teaming up to create a podcast that we are looking at that'll be just in Spanish, and we're excited about that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give too much away because they're still ironing some things out, but they're going to start practicing and getting some really cool things out. And I'm excited about that. And I just really wish I was bilingual. But for our bilingual friends, we've got that going on. She's meeting with two dynamic relationship building people. You remember hearing Dr. Kyle. She's going to do a spin-off on relationships, and it is for our friends who are in the who are lesbian, and we are gay. We're excited about that. We've got some cool things in the making on that, and so they're working behind the scenes. Everybody's so gung-ho. We're also looking at possibly doing something with Vincent and growing some other areas. So you're going to have a lot to choose from. I think we're going to give Wondery a run for its money. What do you think, Shelly?
It's going to be Shody.
I mean, Shelly is like she's working hard. And if you have not tuned into the ladies of left field, you got to get on board. They are hilarious. They know so much about sports. It is crazy. And then Shelly is the comic relief, which is
I feel like last week's episode was so good.
So good.
So hilarious. Stumping Casey.
Yeah.
It's very entertaining. I don't think we can stump her, but we'll keep trying. Very, very fun.
Oh, maybe this week's questions will stump her. We got some good ones.
Yeah. And so, we're having lots of fun and hope everybody's enjoying the ride. We really would love y'all's feedback. We would love for y'all to reach out and tell us what you think. I thank you, Will Wyman. Love you so much.
Yeah.
He pretty much gives me a weekly, pep talk. Adrian and John are definitely, giving us good info, and so we love
advice.
We love it. So please do not hesitate to reach out to us.
Shelly loves it more than I do.
Yeah, I
don't mind the criticism. Sometimes I get like, I don't really want to hear it, but Shelly loves it. So, and I can have thick skin too, but nobody has said anything that's been terrible.
Yeah.
I think our biggest critique was sound, which I feel like we're doing fine on that. Thank you, Jordan. And then the length. Some people want them shorter. Some people, want them longer. I don't know. I think we're just trying to hit whatever we can. But, and again, if you haven't looked at the sponsorship and you want to make a donation to keep this thing running, just look on the page and it'll give you information about, what the different levels are. And then if you haven't subscribed or given us 5 stars, please do that. Every little bit helps. And also, if you want to, tell us which one you like the most. Like, do you like the It's a Wonderful Life or A Beautiful Life? Do you like the book clubs? Do you like the sports part? Do you like, was there a certain interview that just blew you away? Let us know if you want to hear more about aliens or, we have a creative group of friends who have a lot to say, and I'm really impressed with them. So.
Agreed. And we are loving the experience, and and love sharing everybody's stories. If you haven't listened to Travis Roselle, go back and listen to Travis. Go back and listen to Gary. I mean, every day. Kim Stockenboyer was dropped last week. It's just Lisa Shed. Man, I mean, we're bringing it.
I know,
bringing it. It's
and thank you to all of those people that are allowing us to interview you, and your honesty and how raw everybody has been is just so inspiring, and so I really, really love everybody that we've interviewed. And there's so many more that we have on the Google Doc.
Yeah. Just wait for it. We have Samantha Silver coming up. Nimish Patel is scheduled for this weekend. And Rachel and Evan in the house. I mean,
nice.
We got some goodness happening. So if you have a nonprofit, please reach out.
Yes. Well, it's been lovely, and don't forget to read these books or check out Lori Vallow's interview with Keith Morrison or watch Running Point with Kate Hudson. It sounds like a super fun series. So we love you guys. Y'all are awesome. Texas.
Yeehaw!